I'm back on my DHCP server now. If I expand IPv4, I see the scope that I created earlier. If I expand the scope, we will click on Address Leases. Now I can see the IP address ending in .50 was leased to name RTS-CL2. So I know that computer has that address, and I can see what date and time that lease expires. I can also create a reservation for a device. A reservation in DHCP is linked to the MAC address of that device. If I click this Reservations folder under my scope, I'm going to look at creating a new reservation. If I create a new reservation, I give this some friendly name so I know what the reservation applies to. I set the IP address that I want to lease to that specific device, and I enter the MAC address of that device. Now, DHCP will only lease the IP address we enter here to a specific MAC address. The downside to this is you have to manually get the MAC address and you have to type it in, hope you don't make administrative mistakes typing it in. An easier way to create a reservation, if I close this window, I'm going to go back to my address leases. My RTS-CL2 has this address assigned. If I right-click this, there's an option to add to reservation. I'm going to choose that, and it tells me that lease was converted successfully to a reservation. When I choose OK for that, now when I go to this reservations folder, I have a reservation for RTS-CL2. If I right-click the reservation itself and go to Properties, I can see the MAC address of that device. So now, every time the device with this MAC address leases an IP address from my DHCP server, it'll always be leased the address .50. No other device would ever be leased the address .50. So it functions in many ways like a static address, but the advantage is, if this device were to ever move to another network, it would automatically obtain an IP address on the new network and it would still be able to communicate on that network.